Yes.
Go! You know me.
You're in the mix with DJ Smooth.
Are you ready?
The one and only DJ CJ.
I want some money, say salute Monday through Sunday. I ran up some M's like Giannis. He played and we jumping. That 100 round came out that Drake. They were piping. That niggas start running. My niggas were takers. On the other side, them niggas fakers. They the reason the North been cases. This fuck 'em, I'm stuck in the back for my hate. He made it roll more than my niggas to take. Fuck around, get a pill, see erase. Ain't with all that friendly shit. Lil Trey gon' spank 'em. On the fur rapper type for my ankle. I got the soul. When it spit 10 on my teeth, it ain't flows. Them niggas count work for me on the bowl. He tell my smoke, pull up, let the shit talk. He ain't from the hood, know my game, put him out. Get the drop from a thought, then he die. Baby girl, she too great, she gon' fuck cause I'm hot. I'm a threat to these niggas, no fight. Baby Randy like toe tag and catch a jacket, game member. I want some money, take salute Monday through Sunday. I ran up some M's like Giannis. He played and we jumping. That 100 round came out that Drake, they were piping. That niggas start running, my niggas were takers. On the other side, them niggas fakers. They the reason the North been cases. This fuck 'em, I'm stuck in the back for my hate. He made it roll more than my niggas to take. Fuck around, get a pill, say erase. Ain't with all that friendly shit, Lil Trey gon' spank 'em. On the fur rapper type for my ankle. If I care for a door, I'ma give him a T. Ain't gon' try me no more to the face. There once was a pussy. See me in the mall, niggas ain't look. I can tell by the look you was sure. I was ready for smoke, I ain't reach for my hip. I'm right here, what it do? He believe in this step on no little boy that flew. All they taking one call, get no ad, I done gone. Like the 4th of July, pull up, letting shit loose. How the fuck you had only 50 shots and y'all niggas hit try they pussy like nowhere bit. Make 'em go ahead and relocate to another hood. It made D know they can't come to campus. Home of the beehive, shit'll get hound. My young nigga brazen walk shit down the south. Ain't no damage on Campbellton, booth who gon' handle it. Gotta stop piping 30s. I'm really outside, niggas know I ain't worried. No ducking, no smoke, yeah, you nigga be worried. Leave my phone in the car, cause my bitch stay lurking. Ain't my off really pussy, they talk on the church. When I spot that boy talk, leave it brain on his shirt. Just that boy catch his shot and prepare for his hurt. Little chicken, little hot man, they send on the murder.
The smooth operator is DJ CJ.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that sneak diss. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that street shit. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that sneak diss. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that street shit. I grew up with them shooters, real scary like Freddy Krueger. We taking over your streets, big steppers like Martin Luther. 100 shots, we ain't missing. We'll rearrange your kitchen. Don't you ever think about dissing, or you'll end up fucking missing. I ain't the one to play with, so you better not ever try me. I ain't never been the one to start violence, but we can get violent. Talk is cheap, I can back it up. Glock on my hip, ready to act up. If it's scary, get the fuck away. All my niggas better be ready to spray. Blow a pussy nigga ass out the way. Promise homie, I ain't even about to play. Should've thought twice before trying, man. Shit get real fucking grind, man. Shit get real fucking slime, man. When you fucking with a fucking real boss, I ain't taking no fucking loss. Cut the heads off they fucking soul. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that sneak diss. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that street shit. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that sneak diss. No fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that street shit. Niggas round me, all my niggas round me. Soldiers, niggas round me, 1,000 niggas round me. Niggas round me, all my niggas round me. Let's get it, niggas round me, all my niggas round me. Yeah, I'm all about my pen, but we could take it to the streets. I got all my niggas rhyming, so y'all niggas ain't sneaking me. Sneak dissing on the hood, oh, this nigga really got balls. Heard you was a chain gang hoe, make him clean my dirty drawers. I'm a East Atlanta vet, so you better recognize I got this hoe up in the vet. With my dick between the eyes, on my dick I cannot lie. Yeah, I really am the guy. Me and my niggas like the Air Force, yeah, we really be so fly. Yeah, these niggas like some cartoon, think they really cannot die. Yeah, your mama really love you, why you wanna make her cry? Yeah, I really love these Pro Tools, really save me from some fire. Resurrected out the mud from my revenge like Michael Myers. Yeah, no fuck shit, no weak shit, you scared, go to sleep, bitch. Niggas that sneak this. No fuck shit, no weak shit. You scared? Go to sleep, bitch. Niggas round me, always ready for that street shit.
I can't hear myself. Yeah. Look, boo-foo. Damn.
The smooth operator is DJ CJ.
Clary's beef, it ain't no stopping me. I ain't gonna let up on these niggas naked till they rest in peace. Say she want a nigga slanging, I ain't talking about V.L.V. Movement Sierra C. Gon' be hard as fuck to get me going unless they bury me. Doggy mad as fuck, I fuck bitch, so snake fuck a fan of me. Get the drops and broken, that'll walk down in that double G. I be by my lonely, ain't no other place I'd rather be. Pussy somewhere put upside the house, grandma straight up the street. Damn, this shit amazing, how many glizzy got good chemistry. Fuck around and catch him lacking, leave his ass laid in the street. On God. They thought this shit was over. Let the boy try run from me. I bet he catch 3 to the shoulder. Back with full of Zot, 12 pull me over. Know he smell the odor. Damn, my right hand man turn up on me. Fuck around and gonna roll him. No, not to play with me. Keep some heavy steppers by my side. They keep some cash with me. All that trolling that he doing on Insta, it ain't phasing me. We gon' kick his out the P-Man game. Might fuck on Asian face on God. Hey, this my last round. I'm back on this beat, gon' walk for free like it's my last down. I can pop my shit, cause back in school I was the class clown. Fast the ones that hated on this shit can kiss my ass now. Oh God. Thought I was through this cow. I'm the chosen one from out my hood to put 4 on the map. Ask them how it feel to get caught down, back hit up and collapse. I had put my bar up, pick my fall up, learn how to adapt. I know niggas envious like fuck the twin to keep it strapped. Oh, this hoe a slut, I like the way she just bounced on my lap.
Bring that ass over here. You your own award show. You got that ass of the year when you changing weather out here. You make it rain, you make it thunder. I'm like, fuck some rain gear. When we smoking on that green and she take back, I lean. Yeah, I got guap, I got cream. I kick back and get screams. Ain't no sipping, baby. We out here pimping, baby. It ain't no roosters, but some moves and shop Mercedes, baby. And yeah, she got that ass like crazy. She had me wishing Aladdin's genie, only real big booty visions. And I will give it up. Just give me one last dance and let me know where we can go and put it on my pants. And if you got them yams, you know I got them zeros. Just bring it back and I'ma wax while we count the zeros. This ain't no phony, homie. Her shit is fire, homie. Cause my homegirl said my homegirl felt just like the stallion, homie. Run it, bring it, drop it. Whoa, that shit, pop it, when shit, roll, this shit, come it, let it, know, pop it, bounce it, watch it, grow.
Hey, yo, Smooth! Run that back!
Run it, bring it, drop it. Whoa, that shit, pop it, when shit, roll, this shit, come it, let it, know, pop it, bounce it, watch it, grow. Run it, bring it, drop it. Whoa, that shit, pop it, when shit, roll, this shit, come it, let it, know, pop it, bounce it, watch that, grow. Damn, baby, bring that ass over here. You your own award show. You got that ass of the year when you changing weather out here. You make it rain, you make it thunder. I'm like, fuck some rain gear. When we smoking on that green and she take back, I lean. Yeah, I got guap, I got cream. I take back and get screams. Ain't no simping, baby. We out here pimping, baby. It ain't no roosters, but some moves and shop Mercedes, baby. And yeah, she got that ass like crazy. She had me wishing Aladdin's genie, only real big booty visions. And I will give it up. Just give me one last dance and let me know where we can go and put it on my pants. And if you got them yams, you know I got them zeros. Just bring it back and I'ma wax while we count the zeros. This ain't no phony, homie. Her shit is fire, homie. Cause my homegirl said my homegirl felt just like the stallion, homie. Run it, bring it, drop it. Whoa, that shit, pop it, when shit, roll, this shit, come it, let it, know,
for me, drop it for me, let me see you twerk and roll. Way that booty moving when you grooving like a stop and go. Baby, I ain't playing, I'm just saying what you gotta know. I ain't with the tripping, I'm just winning and I pay the toll. Come on, shorty, drop it low, and when you do, just take it slow. Got me feeling like I'm dreaming, wax that ass like mop and glow. Now show me what you got, and I'ma make it hot. And when I do, boo, then I'ma hit the spot. Stop, drop, and roll. I know you play the role. Now bend on over and let me see you touch your toes. You the one I want, but I'm the one you need. And ain't no doubt that I prefer the fantasies. Now make that ass clap, make that ass clap. Big booty, real thick, make that ass clap. Make that ass clap, make that ass clap. Right cheek, left cheek, make that ass clap. Run it, bring it, drop it, whoa, that shit, pop it, winch it, roll, zish it, come it, let it, no, pop it, bounce it, watch it,
They say the revolution will not be televised. They ain't say nothing about social media though. Now what's free? Free is living life and you ain't gotta pay a fee. Free is growing up to become what you wanna be. Free is when your people ain't a target and federal prisons ain't a part of the stock market. It's when depression ain't a symptom of your skin color and you ain't living with paranoia from Big Brother. Midsummer, you ain't worried about the AC or registering for armed services when you 18. See, free is when your people ain't illegal cause they cross some imaginary line to come and see you. Free is when the government ain't gotta feed you. Free is when they start to see you as an equal. They say freedom's when they let us protest in the street, but see if we was free then we wouldn't need to. Yeah, I'm all about $1 in the dream, but I'd rather turn a pawn into a king. I just wanna be free. They say Martin Luther King had a dream, well it's time to wake up if you wanna be free. If you think you ain't a slave just because you never been chained up, that ain't what I call free. I just wanna be 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 free. They say to listen to your parents, but it's apparent our parents didn't inherit no type of tradition, just fighting the system. The custom we was accustomed to was forbidden. They told us get up off your knees and pray to a white-faced Jesus. Then they taught us English, enslaved us and supposedly gave us freedom. So brainwashed we never considered leaving. The plantation just got a little bigger. When we advanced, they still called us a nigga. Threw our fathers in the prisons, though we love them like a brother and forgive them. Another case of Stockholm Syndrome. Everybody wanna be a baller, but don't nobody wanna be the potential father. Now communities filled with baby daddies and baby mamas. I'll be a martyr, I swear to God. I just wanna be free. They say Martin Luther King had a dream, well it's time to wake up if you wanna be free. If you think you ain't a slave just because you never been chained up, that ain't what I call free. I just wanna be 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 free. Yeah. I just wanna be free. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanna be free.
The smooth operator is DJ CJ.
The one and only DJ CJ. Are you ready for this?
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for? Who's ready for some fun? Who enjoys a podcast where the host speaks about what's on their minds and doesn't hold back? PD&J What's Good Today is an open format podcast hosted by Pocket and J-Dub the King. Let's talk about sports. Let's talk about music. Let's just have an interesting conversation. If you have any topics for us to discuss, email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com. Tune in to PD&J What's Good Today every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube Live at JW the King.
What's good, folks? What's good? Welcome to a brand new special Thanksgiving edition of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Pocket. Like he said, special beyond special. Why? Because we're a day early and a week late. But you know what? Y'all don't pay us. What's up, folks? How are you doing? Happy Turkey weekend. Happy year of thankfulness, hopefully, for somebody, somewhere.
And thank you, DJ CJ Smooth, for that incredible mix of indie artists. We had the last song that you heard was Free by Deshaun Corey. Earlier in that, you heard LaBouffe, as well as Decatur Babies, and yours truly, J-Dub the King, was in that mix as well. So I do want to give a special shout out to DJ CJ Smooth for that mix. We bring it to you each and every weekend for our pre-show. And any indie artist that's listening to this that want to get your song in our mix, definitely just shoot us an email. We'll give you all the details, or inbox me on our any of our social media platforms.
Yes, definitely. We're trying to highlight some artists that don't really get the play that need to be done. Again, Deshaun Corey, that was the one that really stuck, Free. And that can actually go into what our topics are today, doesn't it?
A lot of it. Before we even get into it, let's just jump right into it.
Do you want to get into it? Do you want to jump into it? Do you want to go down the hill?
Let's not beat around the bush on it. Let's just dive right in.
That's what he said.
Now, gathering today, what's good, fellas? What's good, Mike? I see you. Now, what I want to talk to you guys about today, going into this Thanksgiving holiday, and I know he wants to talk about something, but before we get into that, the inflation that's going on right now, it is becoming ridiculous. Do you know the average Thanksgiving meal went up $150 this year? I'm sure you know.
Oh yeah, I do know.
It's just crazy. And then I look at people's cost of living, or lack thereof, I should say. Let me just spit this out there to you guys and see what you think about this real quick. Let's just say the average rent for a single family home, just to keep it simple, is what, $2,000, right? Okay. Now, in order to rent that property, you need to make 3 times the amount, correct? So that means that at a minimum, you need to make $6,000 a month. Times that by 12, you average about $72,000 a year. That's just to pay a $2,000 a month rent or mortgage. But the average, I was looking this up. We actually looked this up. The average medium of a household that a household makes is just a smidgen over $50,000.
No, remember, it's over. The median's over 72. The average household. Remember, the median's 72, but it was an average. I guess after taxes is 52.
Yeah,
after 52. Like they talk about the before and after, but they never want to, average that stuff in there. So you're still not even covering mortgage according to what the number says.
It's just crazy. Like, I can't understand. For one, how can someone survive? How? Can you explain that to me? Oh, like, make it make sense to me, because
I'm going to say a statement, and some people are not going to like this, but the system is set up to help you fail.
Say that one more time for the people in the back. I don't think
the system is set up to help you fail, not make, because nobody's going to make you do anything. Help you, yes. Help you either be successful or failure, but it's set up to help you fail. You wonder, like, how? Well, I'll put it to you this way. We talked about what was prescriptions, right? Getting prescriptions.
Yep.
So if you have the proper insurance, whichever what you want to call that, you'll have a copay. You'll have to pay for some of your prescriptions, and any other business, external business you need to make. If you're pregnant, the appointments you got.
You know the average cost of a prescription is $326.
And that's with insurance.
Yes. Yes. Somebody that's listening right now, please help it make sense to me, because it doesn't.
They must be blind if they're listening, because we're actually video.
And definitely hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. But if you have already subscribed, hit that like button.
You're right, man. And please hit that. Smash it. Don't even hit it. Smash that bad boy. But if y'all wondering, like, am I into this? Am I not into this? I don't like talking about this stuff this time of year, but it needs to be talked about because everyone forgets about this time of year. We talked about this all year at some point in time. Why? Because it needs to be said. Things need to change.
Okay, so let's start somewhere. Specifically, where can we, because you might have somebody that's be watching right now, like, well, how can I? What can I do? Any examples?
First, we got a comment. So, Mike, if you don't have the ability to alter your books as far as money-wise, in this system, you will always come back negative. Sounds like somebody agrees with you, then.
I never disagreed with you with what you said.
I didn't say anybody disagreed. I just said somebody put a stamp on it. Or, as the saints say, somebody put a praise on it.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I had to go there. It's thankful season, man.
So, I speak about, the reason why I started the show speaking about the inflation and everything that's going on, because there was a family last year that was in their house that may not have a home this year to be thankful for or grateful for. They won't be able to enjoy a Thanksgiving meal this year.
Well, they won't be able to. Well, actually, let's take that back. They won't be able to enjoy a home cooked Thanksgiving meal.
If they'll be able to get one.
See, the difference between you and me, I'm not a pessimist. I'm a realist and an optimist. I'm not a pessimist. I'm not going to put a negative spin on that. What I'm saying is they will be able to get a meal. It may not be a Thanksgiving meal, but they'll be able to get a meal. But it won't be a home cooked meal where they cooked it themselves and they can be proud of it.
Well, speaking of that, let's get into this. Segue into what you're talking about. What's the difference between being thankful versus being grateful?
That's a personal thing. That's really personal. And that was actually my subject. If everybody wanted to know, Thanksgiving, being grateful versus being thankful. And caveat into, when is that showing that you're being humble or you're being, I guess, what is the opposite? I don't know what you're talking about.
He agree with you on your spin about being an optimist over being more pessimistic. Mm-hmm. So,
and that's only because of how I grew up, and I will come back to that. How I grew up. If you always dwell on the negative, the things that are going on in life that could be life changing in a positive way will always go by. It's not necessarily just being.
Shout out Osborne, I see you, big bro.
And like I always say is, like I just said, I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist and a realist. People, and when we grew up in school, and I will say this, in school, you're not taught that you can be more than one. You realize that? You're taught to be one of those categories. Pessimistic, optimistic, realist. You can be pretty much all of them at some point in time.
Yeah, depending on what life throws at you.
There you go, depending on what life throws at you. But what I always say is I will never speak pessimism, because what you say those things as you wish they were. Say those things. If you keep speaking pessimistic shit, pessimism is going to happen. You speak optimism, you speak realism, that's going to change not only the way you see things, the way your life is, but the ones around you. That's why they always say, if you surround yourself with 6 millionaires, you're going to be the 7th. If you surround yourself with people that are successful, you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. I kind of agree. You reminded me of a book that I used to read when I was a kid. Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Oh my God. I had a feeling you were going to say that book. I had a feeling you was going to say that book. I was like, you think I can go there? Yeah, that's exactly right. You grew up on the same side of the street with that. Although I did kind of make a couple turns somewhere.
A couple?
Because ain't nobody ask you. Just because they was giving out filters, and I decided there was a sale on Crown, and then they had cookie dough whiskey and all this other stuff over there. And I said, "Oh, I'm gonna go. I'll come back and get my filter later."
You never went back.
Well, that's because you
never went back.
And Mike, have you ever had cookie dough whiskey? It'll change your life, bro. And then put it in a chocolate cake. Man, see how you looking? Oh, y'all really got me all at one point. We talking about being grateful, bro. I guess I'm being grateful. I'm being grateful for cookie dough whiskey. I'm being thankful for what happened after I had cookie dough whiskey because it was in a chocolate cake.
Y'all want to hear a funny story? Yes, I'm going to bring this up. I'm doing it. I know.
If you're gonna log on right now.
You can't say nothing. So this dude's from Baltimore, Maryland, and does not like go-go music. Rather prefers house music over go-go music. I sat back and I told a couple of friends of mine. They're like, "How do you not like go-go music? And that's the home capital of
y'all, don't you dare put that on Baltimore. Go-go music is a DC thing. It's a D. I am going to lose it right now. It is a DC thing. House music is Baltimore. Think about this. Think about this. The Parkite Shuffle. Go listen to that. The song that they're using for the Parkite Shuffle. That is not a go-go song. It is what? House music, which is what? Parkite Shuffle, which is what? Baltimore music. Park Heights is located in Baltimore. We are totally off the rocker right now.
Crap.
We are he told me he was going to do this, and I was ready, but I didn't know he was going to do this early.
No. Yeah.
The next person that says go-go music is Baltimore, I'm going to take my size 14.
Somebody go in the chat right now and just say go-go music was in Maryland. Just say it was in Maryland.
Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Percolator is not go-go music. Oh my God. Percolator is not go-go music. Are you kidding me right now?
I'm loving this.
DJ Booby, I wish you were watching this. Where are you at? Oh my, Percolator is not that is house music.
Oh wow.
You are evicted from the island.
Oh man.
Do not.
I'm loving
my bouncer at the door for Thanksgiving is not letting you in.
I love this. I love it. This was hilarious, folks. We gotta take a quick commercial break.
Yes, we do. I need a shot.
Hey, you. Me? Yes, you. Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Hell yeah. GLM Designs can help you with just that. Word? From laptop skins? You lying. Promotional flyers? Yo, son! Promo videos? I need that! OBS Twitch overlays and backgrounds. Hey, yo, let me get that! Professional one-sheets and so much more. Oh my God. Please visit our website, I'm on it right now. GottaLoveMeWorld.com today to check out our designs. Got it! Follow us on social media at Gotta Love Me World. Follow it! GLM Designs are here to take care of all your graphic needs.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Brand new episode of PD&J was good today. Kind of don't know what the hell's going on right now. We did have a set agenda for you guys, and we kind of are going left, but I'm your host, Jay. This pot.
You can go get your ass right on out of here. Yo, blood pressure up. I can't be doing this mess.
But anyway, on a real note, though,
I'm no longer humble. I was grateful. I damn sure ain't thankful.
What I need everybody to do is make sure, on the serious note,
hit the like. But only if we're not going to mention.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's going on here? What's in your cup? Anyway, on a serious note, folks, make sure you check in on your loved ones, especially during this holiday season. We all know that during the holiday season, it's a trying time for a lot of folks because, for one, a lot of loved ones aren't here anymore. They might have just recently lost a loved one this year, or it's just somebody that they haven't seen that haven't been here for 4 years.
Or more. I'll go back and say, because when you lose your parents and you're close to them, it hurts, especially when you're so used to being together with them during the holidays. I do miss. You know what? I'm gonna talk about myself right now. I do miss the holiday parties my mother used to have, and being able to see all of the bishop's cabinet, coming through the house, and we're enjoying ourselves for the holidays. It was always that one party that she had every year. We miss that. Not saying that we'll get back to that, but there should be some semblance of that, as far as family.
Friends, even.
Exactly. I hear a lot of the new thing is that people are doing it's called Friendsgiving. I think that's a great thing because you have a lot of friends that don't talk about not having relatives alive, or don't talk about being orphans because after both parents, no matter what age you are, you're an orphan. No matter what age you are when your parents die, you're an orphan. Don't really think about it that way, but I thought about that after my mother passed. So always keep that at the front of mind. Now, another caveat, something that staying in that Thanksgiving mode. I'm gonna tell you guys what I did to kick off my Thanksgiving. So I used to go to my favorite spot to get coffee. If you're in Phoenix, Dutch Brothers. I think it's better than Starbucks and Dunkin'. Dunkin' always screws up an order. Always. They screw up an order.
I don't drink none of them, but I'm happy with my Folgers.
You like mud, huh?
Yeah, I came from the mud, grew up from the mud, crumping up out the mud.
I'm gonna leave that alone. But anyway, so today I got my usual. I got a new drink of caramel brulee, which is banging. They gave me an extra one. Didn't have to pay for it. Gave me 2 popcorn muffins because apparently somebody's order got screwed up, and so I got all this stuff. So I went in the building. I went to my building today to work, and when I was going through, I gave the lady at the gate the extra one, and I said, what? Happy holidays, and she was so grateful for it. And I talk about Dunkin'. Miss Go get it. And there's a chocolate pumpkin muffin, or I think it was, and I ended up giving those 2 away to my 2 teammates that were there. And I, of course, kept my camera up, like, doing like I always say, like, put a smile on someone's face. You never know if that's what's gonna be this thing to set their day. My whole thing was, she's at the gate. It's cold, and you know, probably nobody's ever done that for her. They lit up her. She lit up. She lit up. Older lady, Miss Mary, I think her name, Miss Margie. I don't know. It's Miss something. It began with an M.
How you gonna plug her and not know her name?
Either way, she's at the gate. That's where I work. Older lady, and to see the smile put on her face, that set the tone for my day. So you got to think about that. I always talk about setting the tone for someone else's day, but sometimes the way they react when you do things can set the tone for your day. So in this holiday season, if you haven't been doing it all year and you dropped the ball on the ask that I made, let's do it from this point going forward. Day one of the holiday season, be it today or tomorrow, let's set that tone for everyone. Happiness spreads like a disease, just like pessimism, just like anything negative spreads like a disease. Let's start spreading happiness. Please, let's start spreading happiness. I'm not going to beg, but I am going to ask. Only because if we want to make changes, the only way we can make changes is very little. Is making that little ripple, throwing that pebble, starting that little ripple, and let it spread.
You know what I want to say to that? If you like what he just said, hit that like button. Anywho, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I was about to piggyback off of that. I'm like, yeah, smash that like button, y'all. Come on now.
Since the season of giving
and great beers. I mean, cheers. Great beers. Well, that too.
I'm having a good one right now.
Just the season. That's right. It's not. I saw something the other day. Yeah, I didn't tell you about it. Maybe I sent it to you.
Don't tell me about a lot of stuff.
I don't know. I might have sent it to you. I don't know. And it was about what it means to be humble. And how the young generation, fellas, don't understand it. They think it's a punk move, being humble. I want to say something that a lot of people may not agree with. Being humble can get you home. Should I say it again? Should I say it again? Being humble will get you home. People don't understand that.
Oh wow, you just said a mouthful. What more can you say besides that? Sometimes you're right, being humble, and as the older folks say, eating crow might get you back home safe.
Now,
in some situations.
I'm glad you said that. I was going to mention the one situation that's been all over social media, all over going on. Y'all know what I'm about to talk about, Migos. This is not part of what we're supposed to talk about today. Not at all.
Yeah, I'm wondering where you're going with this. You might want to watch yourself on this one.
I'm not watching shit. He was humble. Takeoff was a very humble dude.
Very humble. Well-loved.
That's a case where it didn't get it. Now, we all come to find out it was a setup, whatever you want to call it, it's a setup. Jay Prince then apparently landed in Atlanta sometime in the past 24 hours. Late night, though. Late night, not during the day. Late night, and then made some sort of post while I got at the airport about being in Atlanta. Because they told him not to be there. Bro, you playing with fire.
Well, seeing how we segued into our entertainment part of the show, yes, Kanye's back in the news, or Ye is back in the news once again with him selling his whole Balenciaga Ye 24 collection for $24 or $20 a piece.
Which I think was a dumb. Like, I'll say this:
He was running for president for 2024.
Right, he's running for president for 2024.
Trying to.
But my whole thing is, all the marketing geniuses out there, y'all couldn't have told him $24 for 2024. I understand the 20, but $24. for 2024? Does that not make sense? Anybody help me? Help me. I'm not even a marketing major. Even I saw that.
So out of the whole thing, out of everything that was just brought and all the information that was brought, that's the only thing that you bring up?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll say it again. If he was smart to make it more appealing, he would have put Yay 24 for 2024 Balenciaga.
No. I honestly think that he's just getting rid of this shit because he needs to get rid of it.
No, that
it's Balenciaga and Adidas.
No, it's not even Adidas. It's Gap, Adidas, Balenciaga, all the stuff that he had. That well, actually, he didn't even have it. Apparently, he bought it up because they weren't going to use it. And then come to find out, Adidas. I'm not. Well, you know what? I was not going to talk about Adidas. I am. Y'all about some crooks, man. Y'all going to sell the Yeezy, the ugliest shoe in the world, but you're going to sell them with Adidas brand on them without the Yeezy for cheaper, and then expect people to still buy it.
Notes, this is not part of our show. I keep trying to go back into our show. It's not happening. So we're just going to see where the rest of the show takes off. We'll just
Now, this is something that bugged me, and I wanted to bring up today, and I kind of flipped the coin on it. We keep supporting companies, and I'm one too. I got on Nikes right now. We keep supporting these companies when they leave our black men out to dry. Who am I talking about? I mentioned Nike, so somebody ought to. I'm not. If you know what I'm talking about, hit the like. Matter of fact, tell me who I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, with Nike, they have these slave camps in China where they pay the women 20 cents on the dollar to make these shoes. They paid LeBron $38 million a year to not speak up. That's right, I'm going there. It's not even in the hashtag today.
let's see where this show's going, folks. I'm in it for the ride.
If I sound a little frustrated about some things, I do.
You frustrated? Really?
I am tired of. Actually, I'm going to take it, not just black men. I'm going to take it one more further. I'm going to say I'm tired of minorities being hung out to dry. And then guess what? We beat them while they're down. And then come to find out what they've been saying. Actually, ain't far. It's the truth. I'm not going to say ain't far. It is the truth. What they've been saying.
But here's my thing about that, though. And it goes to a lot of things. How are you surprised with what the U.S. does because nothing's new under the sun?
I'm not saying surprised with the U.S. does. I didn't mention the U.S., did I? That was the whole thing about it. I said the minorities. What am I saying? One, misery loves company. Am I right or wrong?
Okay. Let's see what you're doing.
It's very easy to be negative towards someone than it is to be positive or supportive, I should say. Can y'all agree with that? It's very easy to be negative towards someone than it is to be positive. I'll give you an example. What the heck he got on walking down the street? It's 40 degrees outside. But instead of saying, I wonder does he have a jacket if he needs one. Her weave is so crooked. She got a 5 head, not a 4 head. He's shaking his head because one, I'm being simple, but this is stuff that we constantly do as a people. We talk about other people. We people watch in a negative way. We don't know what's going on with that person. If you know what, if you understand what I'm saying, what have we been saying today? Do what?
Like what?
That's why I sound frustrated. We need to change the narrative. That's all I'm saying. What it goes back to what I just said 10 minutes ago. To be supportive doesn't necessarily mean as you're capping. Well, no, not capping. That's not the word. To be supportive doesn't mean you're bull. You're weak. No, being supportive means, one, you're confident in your own mess. You're confident in yourself. That's what that means, being supportive. Let's stop spreading that negative word. I know I don't have a filter. That's my issue.
And we try to work on that every day.
No, we don't. I ain't telling that lie. Well, maybe you in the mouse in your pocket, but this guy right here, I don't. That's just the way I am. I feel like you need to know what you need to know when you know it, when you need to know it. That's just the way I was raised. Thank you, Albert Durant, for raising me like that. Yeah, that's the way I was raised.
But don't you think sometimes?
No.
But the occasional. No. So when the.
Nope.
And the. Damn.
Because the thing is, what ends up happening when you give people that false positive, guess what are you doing 2 seconds later? You believe you asked me about nothing? Come on now. Whereas if you give them the real answer, yeah, it sucks to them, and then they're going to have to take it and do what they want with it. They were already told, regardless of what the other 5 people lied to them about.
Well, I don't know where to go from here at this point, folks.
That goes to holiday feelings.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, this year, what are you grateful for versus what are you thankful for? You never did answer my question.
Well, that wasn't that. You know, it's about the difference of being both. But you know what? That's a great question. What am I grateful for? I am grateful that my family and I are in a space where we can help others. I'm thankful for my kids, my wife, friends, close friends that are family, close family that are friends. I'm thankful that I can look around and see that I still have some sisters and brothers still alive that haven't died to something tragic, haven't been murdered, haven't been struck down in an accident. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that my family that's here are pretty much in one piece. As dysfunctional as we may not be, if you don't understand what I'm saying, you will one day. He's looking like that because he's probably the dysfunctional one. That's why he's looking like that. All right, this one.
Anyway, I'll tell you what I'm grateful for. Peace of mind. See what I have to deal with, folks?
I think that was pointing towards me.
It should have been pointing towards you.
That's some bullshit.
I'm very grateful for this guy, but what I'm thankful for is just life. Because as precious as it may be, you only have one. And I'm thankful for that. Everything else, to me, is something that I could be grateful for. The material stuff. Yeah, I love my friends, my families, and I don't even have too many friends. I have more family members that are friends than anything else like that. So, but all of that falls into that circle of life, if that makes sense. So I'm grateful, I'm thankful for the life that I have, and I'm grateful for everybody that's in life. If that makes sense. So, to you guys, what do you guys think the difference between being thankful, being grateful is? This is an open topic conversation that we're having, open discussion. So as you can see, we're posting comments all day. If you got something you want to say, definitely go ahead and tune in, post in your comment. We'll definitely get into that. Or if there's something that you want us to debate. Now, Mike, I know you're still watching. We got some parlays coming up for you, so definitely stay tuned.
I got a question for y'all. At what point does being humble turn into being a coward? Or does it?
You got to elaborate a little bit more on that one.
No, it's really simple. Being humble versus being a coward. What's that line?
It's a fine line between love and hate, folks.
Just love and hate. Is it a fine line between being humble and being a coward?
I would say so too. Yeah. Yeah. Very fine.
I like that thought. But what gets you home? They always say you can live to fight another day, but live to fight another way. We're fighting right now to get you 6 feet on the ground. That's the saying, right?
Yeah, but at the same token, man, there's only but so much you're going to take of something. Whether it's being bullied, whether...
Ooh, I'm glad you mentioned
I mean, there's there's only but so much that somebody can take. You understand what I'm saying?
glad you mentioned that because a shout out to University of Virginia. It's close to home. It's close to home. University of Virginia, those 3 players that did not live. And the reasoning behind it is bullying.
Pages, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And when you said that brought that to mind for me. I shout out to them and the people in, I think, Idaho, the 9 or 4 people that were killed, stabbed.
Now that's up close and personal. That's kind of harsh.
Yeah. So shout out to them as well. I didn't want to talk any death, but those 2 things stuck out to me right now. Those 2 things, and then of course, well, I'm not going to go there with that one, but there's still some stuff to be heard while the girl was set up. You know what I'm talking about. So we kind of didn't talk about that. It's been floating around on social media and the news. I'm not going to talk about it because it's another black on black situation because we don't know how to get over it. But getting back to being humble versus being a coward. What's that line?
It's a like I was explaining. It's a very because there's only but so much that a person can take. Just like they say, turn the cheek. You only got but so many cheeks.
You only got 2 cheeks. Well, 4 technically, but I'm turning them cheeks.
Like I said, folks, this is not a part of wow.
My whole thing is be careful turning the other cheek because then you can't see things coming from another way. Think about it. If I turn this way, I can't see only one side. I can't see the other side.
Okay, I see your point.
I mean, it's up to whoever, you can do what you want, how you want, when you want. I mean, I'm just being honest with y'all. We are not one thing trying to tell y'all to, go to your local BJ's or not BJ's, or Cabela's or whatever it is. Arm yourselves up and say, you know what? I'm tired of being humble. And you ain't going to call me a coward because guess what? Usually the first person to reach for a gun is a coward. Usually.
I'm not saying that, but I am going to say protect yourself by any means necessary.
I'm not going to say that. Assess your situation. Situational awareness.
Still, protect yourself by any means necessary.
Because a lot of times when you're in a situation, they may already know what you have. And you may be outnumbered. So the smartest thing to do, turn the other cheek.
Yeah, there's a difference between flight and flight. I definitely. Now, that actually poses a question that I want to ask you. So let's say that there is that fine line between being humble and being a coward, but in regards to that, you still got the fight or flight mechanism that any human. First law of nature.
I think mine's broke.
So you're gonna fight because I know you.
Mine's broke.
And without you having the filter, you can talk yourself into some shit too.
And love doing it.
My point exactly. So it's like protect yourself by any means necessary. Protect yourself.
See, what I have a great situational awareness of things, and people will always stand to that. I can see things before they happen, and I'm usually thinking 2 steps ahead. That's dangerous for you, not for me. Because a lot of times, if I'm talking to you, it's game over. It's up to what you make the next move. 9 times out of 10, when I say you make some move, but if I see something I don't like, a twitch, it's over. It's game over. What you thought was going to happen, it didn't go your way. I'm sorry, it doesn't go your way that way. It's not. They always say the quietest one in the room, but what you have to always understand is not necessarily always the quietest person, but the one that's not looking at you but looking through you. That's a dangerous motherfucker. And if he's not looking at you, he's looking through you, and he's still talking to you. Yeah, better get the hell out of there.
So we'll be right back with sports, folks.
Are you a business owner or someone looking for more ways and avenues to advertise and promote? Look no further. Contact us today for an advertisement. Email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com for more info. Promotions are everything. What are you waiting for? Who's ready for some fun? Who enjoys a podcast where the host speaks about what's on their minds and doesn't hold back? PD&J What's Good Today is an open format podcast hosted by Pocket and J-Dub the King. Let's talk about sports, let's talk about music, let's just have an interesting conversation. If you have any topics for us to discuss, email PD&J Media Productions LLC at gmail.com. Tune in to PD&J What's Good Today every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube Live at J-Dub the King.
Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Brand new episode of PD&J What's Good Today. I'm your host, Jay.
And I'm your host, Pocket. Now, to also say that commercial is right. We're usually on Wednesdays, not Tuesdays. But with a special episode, because tomorrow, it's the prep day for Thanksgiving. What did y'all expect? You expect to be in the studio looking all like food all over our faces? And come on now. No, we ain't doing that. We got to do. And we didn't have a show last week because it's a special day.
What?
So, yeah, we came with you a day early, a week late.
I'm about to pull your microphone.
You can pull my microphone all you goddamn want to. I'll take yours.
Anyway, folks, let's get into sports right now. Sports with Pocket coming at you.
Sports. Now, we had promised y'all weeks ago we're going to do an NFL playoff predictions, and it got kind of strange. Well, no, somebody said week 4, and then he said week 8. Well, guess what? I said, you know what? Let's do it now because it's even messed up more now than it was a few weeks ago. So why not? Let's look at it from what it is. AFC, you've got how many teams within the first seed? You got Chiefs are the first seed, right? Then you got the Dolphins, the Bills, the Ravens, the Titans, all these teams within the first seed. Within taking the first seed. So you can't even breathe right before something happens. Every week in the NFL. I love it.
Now with the
NFC, kind of almost the same thing. You got a couple teams within that first seed. You got the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Vikings. Okay, but not as many. But you get the idea of what we're saying. It's really, really wide open. I love it this year because you know what? Like I said, people were calling the Buffalo Bills the clear-cut #1 team in the NFL, and they've shown 4 weeks now, maybe not so. Then people were trying to say, well, the Eagles are the last undefeated team. Well, the Commanders said, hold my beer. And then last week, they barely.
So, time out real quick. Let me ask you this. I got to ask you this question. So, because I know we talked about this, you're not even saying that the Eagles can make it all the way. So, let me ask you this. Are you taking the Eagles or the Vikings for the NFC?
Tell you the truth, I'm going wild card.
And who are you putting in the wild card? Because right now, I got the Eagles, the Vikings. This is all for the NFC, all right? I do have the Eagles, the Vikings. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that the Seahawks are going to take the NFC West.
I don't see that happening. Reason being, the 49ers, they went out and did what they needed to do. They got another playmaker, which helps relieve Deebo Samuel from playing running back. And if it was any indication last night, he looks re-energized. And that's a dangerous Deebo. Yeah. We know anybody named Deebo, you don't want to mess with. Shout out to Tiny Lester.
Salute, Tiny. Rest in peace, man.
But, yeah. Anybody named Deebo you want to mess with. He looks rejuvenated. He looks happy. I'm just saying, man. How you want to call that? So you're calling the Seahawks in the West.
I'm taking the Seahawks. I'm going to take the Seahawks over 49ers.
Can't do it. 49ers.
You don't have to. I just did.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
And I just did that.
And I believe the 49ers have won 3 straight. They could win out right now.
We'll see. We'll see. So, you're taking the 49ers out the West. Okay. Are you taking the Eagles out the East?
You know what? Eagles on the tiebreaker over the Cowboys.
So you're still taking the Eagles out the East?
I'm telling you how it's going to do that.
Okay. But we both can agree that the Vikings and the Bucs are going to take that.
Well, the Vikings, I mean, they've got their division. I mean, they're 4 games ahead. So if they win 2 more games, I mean, it's over. Pretty much.
Now, the NFC South, a lot of people are going to say that there's still a lot of competition in NFC South.
You know what?
I don't know. I can't agree with that. There's the Bucs are going to take it. The Bucs are going to take it.
My whole thing is the Bucs aren't scoring enough points.
They're not.
And
but the Falcons are inconsistent.
Well, the Falcons have a strong running game, and the Bucs can't stop the run. See what that is? See what I'm saying? The Bucs don't have, and they don't have a running game. They have the worst average, I think, wasn't it 3.1 yards a carry?
Yeah.
As opposed to the Falcons, the second best running team. And then what was funny, I looked up an interesting stat. The top 10 running teams in the NFL, I think 8 of them are within a game or a game and a half of the playoffs. They're going to tell you something like that. The Bucs is the only outlier of that.
Well, that's the NFC. Let's talk about the AFC. I'm going to tell you like this. The AFC East is still up for grabs. I do think it's still between the Bills and the Dolphins. It's still up for grabs. They both got 7-3 records. I think if we want to look at strength of schedule, I think the Bills have a little bit more.
They have a stronger schedule because they were #1 seeds. They have a tighter schedule.
Yeah.
Which means that your boy can't throw any more interceptions.
I'm still thinking the Dolphins to come out of that.
So wait, you're switching me.
I did. I'm taking.
How are you going to switch to the team that I picked?
I've said that from the beginning of the season that the AFC South, the Dolphins was a sleeper team.
In the AFC South.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're in the AFC East.
I mean the AFC East. I'm sorry, the AFC East. Anywho, that's been the sleeper team. I've been telling you since they got Tyreek Hill. I've been saying that was a sleeper team.
Tyreek Hill is not the difference.
Not the difference.
It's Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb is the difference.
But ever since they got Tyreek Hill, I have been saying Dolphins are a sleeper team coming out the AFC.
Hey, remember, what did I say? Their defense needs to step up. Now that they got that defensive playmaker to get the quarterback, That makes it on both sides now. On both sides of the defense.
So are you taking the Dolphins or the Chiefs?
They're not even in the same division.
If they play,
we're talking about AFC East.
But
we're
if
talking
they
AFC East. They're playing Dolphins and Chiefs. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay.
How are you gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes?
That would be
2
a
weeks in a
good
row.
game.
I don't know. It's gonna
That would
be
be a good game.
It's not going to be a good game.
You don't think so?
In the Dolphins secondary, who's going to stop? Patrick Mahomes already proved you can get to me for 2 quarters, but after that, it's game time. He proved it last night. You can get to him for 2 quarters. It had 2.5 quarters if you want. Or not, sorry, last night, Sunday. He proved it. You can get to me for 2.5 quarters, then I'm going to stop playing with you. Do you want to bet against that man? Not necessarily.
So who are you taking out the AFC East?
You keep flip-flopping here. What are we talking about? The Dolphins and the Chiefs? The Dolphins and
we're going to go to the AFC West North, but next. But who are you taking first?
I've set the Dolphins at the beginning. I'm still saying it now.
Okay.
However, I do think all 4 of those teams will make the playoffs. Write it down.
All 4 of who teams?
The AFC East. It could be the first time, and it can happen. The East could get all 3 wild cards.
You know what? I can actually see that happening because there is a team that I forgot. The Jets have been playing some damn good football this year.
Especially once they switch quarterbacks.
They are playing some damn good football.
And I said they need to switch quarterbacks. Put Zach Wilson down. Let him go play with the Cougars or whatever he's doing. Go with them mom, his best friend's mama or whatever he's doing. He ain't about football.
So mark this date and this time, folks. He's saying that every team in the AFC East could potentially make the playoffs, which would be interesting. Now, moving to the AFC West, the Chiefs
it's already shut down.
Yeah, the Chiefs got that, so we're going to bypass that. Now, we got the AFC North. Right now, the Ravens can still, but there's Bengals are inconsistent.
Here's the thing.
Steelers aren't going to go anywhere.
Here's the thing with the Ravens.
The Bengals still have a chance to come and take you guys.
They got about this much of a chance. Remember, they were number 1 last year.
True.
So they have the tougher schedule. We have one of the easiest schedules to win out. We got to play the Browns, the Steelers twice, which I'm not going to say the guaranteed wins. Sorry, Steelers fans, but I don't see you guys winning either of those games.
I see them winning one.
I don't.
I'm just going to – that's the optimistic in me. Give them one.
I'm being optimistic because I'm a Ravens fan. Now, the only game that I say is up in the air, the Deshaun Watson game, but then again, with everything going against that dude, I don't think he's going to look good right now. Give him till next year to look good. Plus, he might need a massage. I had to. You know, and
now, isn't he going to be coming back to play next week?
I think it's next week.
Yeah.
First game back.
Huh. Interesting to see what you look like, Deshaun, without the massage.
He said it.
I did. Now, going to the AFC South,
it's already shut down. It's already shut down. Titans got it. There's no other team that could really pass the Titans. You know what's funny? What nobody's talking about is the consistency of the Titans.
They've been consistent for the past couple of years now.
That's not what I'm saying. They consistently have no passing game.
For the past couple of years now.
Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. Tannehill's back. Okay. Because when they put Malik in there against
Tannehill's a pretty good quarterback. He doesn't get enough credit as he deserves, in my opinion.
Thank you.
He really does. He really does. Now, the Colts, I got to salute to the Colts. I think
the Colts could make the playoffs. Could, but they won't.
But here's my thing with the Colts. With them getting Jeff Saturday as a head coach, I think that's going to put them in a positive direction.
So here's the thing. I want to see what happens when this investigation gets done. Because how did somebody that wasn't even in the building get the job?
Mike, we got your parlays coming up soon. You haven't missed your parlays. You haven't missed your parlays. But going back to this, Tannehill sucks. If you give him the right system, he actually
What?
He's a pretty decent.
Wait. Let me address the Bears fan.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Here we go.
Tannehill sucks. Wasn't your quarterback in the same draft? Help me out here, Steelers. What? The backup down on the Steelers? Wasn't that the quarterback you had a chance to get? But you decided to get that guy? Mike, come on, man. You know, as much as I don't like, I like Justin Fields. But he ain't got no help.
But he can develop to be a great quarterback.
Oh, he is. He's going to develop that way. If they give him some targets beside Komet.
Yes, absolutely. I definitely agree with that.
Why do you think the Steelers were so quick to give up? Mr. TikTok himself.
Well, here we go. Even though Justin Fields is young and inexperienced and now injured, he's still better than the potential greater.
You know what the thing? He's going to break one record, and that's Lamar Jackson's record of rushing yards. But I don't really see him having the same impact on the game.
Justin Fields can be a great quarterback if you give him the right system.
Any quarterback can be great. You give him the right system.
Well, give him the right weapons, just like you said. Give him the right weapons.
That's what I'm saying. Give him
He'll be a great quarterback. Same thing with Tannehill. He if you put the right people around him.
No. The thing is, Tannehill is a play-action quarterback. He works in the play-action system with the great running back. And guess what? They have the best running back in the game. There's nobody can say anything else about that.
Now we're talking this year, Mike. You will put Kyler Murray above Tannehill this year.
Mike, you're wrong. The Call of Duty just came out, so you can't even do that. The new Call of Duty's out, and we ain't seen Kyler play since it came out. And I'm just going to stay with that. Thank you, Mitch Trubisky. I was not trying to. I was going to say it, but I wanted to see. I wasn't going to go there. But y'all had a chance to get Tannehill. And I think he would have worked better in the Bears system at that point with Allen Robinson. I thought he would have been a better pick than Mitch Trubisky. I really do. But, I mean, hey, look now. Trubisky went to Buffalo for a year, thought he learned how to play quarterback, and the Steelers said, hey, let's give him all this money.
See how that worked out for you.
And now the Steelers are going to have the first losing season in how long?
What, 8 seasons?
Well, it's been
longer than that. I think.
It's been double just because it's been about 15 or 16.
This is the first losing season of Mike. What's the coach? Anywho, you guys know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, let's not.
So yeah, those are our playoff predictions that we do have. Wild card. Who do you think is going to make the wild card in the AFC?
Well, I gotta go by what I said.
You're still saying that the Bills, Patriots, and the Jets will make the wild card.
The only one I have a problem with is the Jets because they don't have a quarterback.
Okay.
And if I'm going to pick another team, I'm going to say the Chargers over the Bengals. But most importantly, let's give you our 4 picks for your parlay.
Now, we got 4 games tonight. Brooklyn and Philly are playing right now. That score is 26-33 Philly. Right now, Brooklyn is still favored by 2.5 points to win this game.
I don't know how. Is somebody out? Oh, who's out?
Embiid.
No, Embiid's playing, I thought.
Let's see here.
I know Harden's out for a while.
Harden is out. Let's see who's playing. Embiid is.
Oh, Kyrie's playing.
Kyrie. Speaking of Kyrie, we saw what happened when his first game back, right? All the black Jews surrounded the Barclays Center. You didn't want to talk about that, did you?
Well, I kind of touched base with when I talked about the support.
Okay. Now for your parlay, I'm gonna take. You know what? Philly's at home on this one. I'm gonna take Philly.
But we didn't see is he playing or not?
They're not showing me all the if he's playing or not.
Bear with me, folks. I'm going to take a look real quick. We're trying to see. I thought Embiid was playing, but I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
So as he's looking that one up, we're going to go over to the next game that hasn't started. Sacramento and Memphis. Now, this is a toss-up game for you. Memphis is favored by 3 to win this game, but you got to keep in mind, John Morant is out this game. Sacramento's been playing good ball. They can actually pull off the upset, and Sacramento can actually win this game.
Well, would it be an upset with John Morant out?
They're still favored to win, so yeah, it would in my book.
But, well, see, that's the Vegas talking. And actually looking at it from all, Mike, you too. Do you think that's really an upset with John Morant out? I don't, because you still have people forget De'Aaron Fox, Piper Fox is still a pretty damn good player.
Yeah, of course.
And we don't get talked about because in Sacramento.
But that's what I'm saying. Sacramento is playing good ball right now. I think their record is 7-3.
Yeah, I think they're the number 1 or number 2 seed.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna take for the upset. I'm gonna go with Sacramento on this.
Again, that's why I said it's not with John Morant out. I don't consider it an upset.
For a money making parlay, I'm gonna take that upset.
But
the Vegas talk. I'm gonna take Sacramento for the upset.
I don't, because
and now I said that the odds didn't change to 2.5. As I said that the odds just changed to 2.5. So I'm taking again the Kings over Memphis.
So I'm going to go with Memphis. Because I know that they did pretty good without John Morant last year. People forget about that.
They got a deep bench. They do.
A deep squad, period.
Yeah.
I don't think John Morant makes them superstars, but without him, they're still a pretty damn good team.
Okay. Next up, we got Detroit versus Denver. This is a gimme, folks. Take Detroit. You like that, didn't you? No, but for real though, take Denver on that one. If you want to keep your money safe in the parlay, take
Actually,
Denver.
no, but do the over under the 226.
I'll take I'll take the under on that.
I'll take the over.
Really?
I think Denver could score 26 points itself.
And the last game of the night, the big game, Lakers versus the Suns.
No LeBron. Again, no LeBron. But Anthony Davis has been beasting. He's
been balling.
And so is Westbrook. Off the bench.
Suns are favored by 9.5. The over-under is 227. I'm going to take the over on that one. I'm not going to take the points. I'll take the money.
So yeah, 9.5.
9.5. That's too big. Take the money line on that one. I wouldn't take a point.
Because people forget the Lakers are playing solid defense. Yeah, they are a 5-10 team, but they're playing solid defense.
I'm still on the fence on who I'm taking. And I'm an avid Suns fan. My heart is telling me the Suns, but logic is telling me that could be an upset game.
That one I do consider an upset. If LeBron's not playing, that's why I'm with you on that.
If the Lakers was to win this one without LeBron, that's an upset.
Because they've been playing against pretty bad teams, but blowing them out. They blew out the Spurs. They blew out. Didn't they beat? No, they didn't beat Sacramento. The last 3 games, they look pretty solid. But the thing is, Anthony Davis, who is going to stop that man? Who? 30 and 15 the past 3 games. First person since Shaq. So, I mean, that's telling you something right there.
So who are you taking? The Lakers?
You're damn right I'm taking the Lakers.
I'm going to take the Suns. So Mark, Mike, here's my parlays for you. Here, I'm taking the 76ers, Sacramento Kings, the Denver Nuggets, and the Phoenix Suns.
I didn't even say those games. I like the Nets in that one. I'm gonna take that.
Okay. So you got the Nets, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets, and the Lakers. So as you can see, we kind of disagree a little bit on there, but Mike, it's up to you on who you decide is the most logical one.
That's what it is. Now we're gonna do tomorrow's too, because we're not usually we do Wednesday, so we're gonna give you it's a list of games.
But there's a lot of games
we're
tomorrow.
gonna pick 4 specific. We'll pick 4.
There's a lot of games tomorrow, so we're not going to be able to cover them all.
So the couple games that I want to we were going to take is Kings Hawks.
I'm taking the Hawks on that.
Really?
I'll take the Hawks on that.
Clippers Warriors.
Is Kawhi playing?
Well, he played last night, so he should be playing because he's got a day off, so he should be playing. I mean, unless something happens where he
Are people
decides.
scared of the Warriors now? That's a good question I want to ask. Are their team?
See,
they're still a threat to me, but are they that much of a threat?
So here's the thing: if you watch last game, Klay Thompson found his shot. And between 3 players, for the first time in NBA history, Klay, Steph, and Andrew Wiggins, 23 3-pointers from 3 players.
Okay.
So if you weren't scared before, Klay found his shot. Be scared now.
Okay.
And what was funny, Klay, I like how real it was. He's like, you know what? The social media got to me. It got to me, and I didn't. This is Klay talking. The social media got to me, and I just had to go back in my bag and say, you know what? Forget this. Let me play my game. Let me be me. And if he's going to be like that the rest of the season, I mean, if you weren't scared of Golden State getting their mojo, looks like to me it's back.
Well,
that's 2 games. We got 2 more, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Hawks. And then you said it was
Clippers Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors.
I'm gonna take the Warriors too, just because they're at home.
I'm gonna throw an easy one.
Pelicans first.
I was gonna go with the Jazz Pistons, but Pelicans first. Okay, Pelicans first.
I'll take the Pelicans on that one.
It's actually 6.5. They're favored. I see that.
I'll take the Pelicans.
I see that. I can't hate that. I can't hate that. I'm taking the Pelicans. All right, I keep looking at the game. T-Wolves Pacers.
Cat play?
As far as I know, yeah.
Oh, that's a flip of the coin. That's going to be a good game.
I don't think so. Because Anthony Edwards is now turning it on.
So you're taking?
I'm taking the Wolves. I'm taking the Wolves.
You know what? Because I'm gonna take the Pacers. I'm gonna take the Pacers on that one. I think the Pacers are coming together. They're finding their niche. They're getting there.
Well, Cat is playing.
I'm gonna still take the Pacers. So for tomorrow's game, we already picked today's game. For tomorrow's game, like I said, I'm taking the Pacers over the T-Wolves. I'm taking the Hawks over the Kings. I'm taking the Pelicans over the Spurs, and I'm taking the Warriors. That's for tomorrow's game.
I think we agreed on everything except for
the Pacers game.
Yeah. Yep.
So this should be a very interesting, very, very, very interesting couple of days of sports. And Before we get out of here, just want to go back and touch base with everybody in regards to what we were talking about earlier. Check on your loved ones this holiday season. They might need you. A kind word goes a lot these days. Instead of being so mean, let's start being nice. Let's start being loving. Let's start helping one another, acknowledging one another. Let's be thankful and grateful for the things that we do have and the things that we're about to get, because you never know, it could be all taken away from you just like that.
Well said. In the season of thankfulness, be grateful. Be humble. Show love. Show compassion. But most of all, you can't love nobody till you love yourself. Start there. Folks, enjoy the holiday, Thanksgiving. See you next week.
Until then, be safe. Happy Turkey Day.
Eat some good food.